Thank you. As I said just before the break, a real treat now because one of the all-time great sports people, Kareem Abdul Jabbar, our special guest. In 1985, Sports Illustrated named Kareem the Sportsman of the Year. It's a great honour. He has many great honours, and thanks for coming in today. We're great to meet you, Kareem.
It's my pleasure.
Not the first time you've been to Australia. You're out here playing not too long ago.
Well, that was 6 years ago.
Was it that long ago?
That long
Gee,
ago.
I must have been young when I went out and saw that. Gee, doesn't time fly?
Definitely, along with my hairline.
It hasn't changed too much. Kareem, we've got some statistics on your career. The greatest point scorer of all time, the average MVP 6 times, All-Star 10, NBA Championship 6, college championships with UCLA 3 times. Which of those are you most proud?
Probably winning the World Championship in 1985, being the Celtics. The Lakers were 0-8 against the Celtics in World Championship competition starting in the 50s. So it was really a great moment for myself personally and for the franchise.
We've got some highlights of you playing against the Celtics. It was always a great matchup, wasn't it? They were the two glamour teams at the time, the Lakers and the Celtics. The Celtics with Larry Bird and yourself and Magic Johnson, along with all the other great stars there.
Well, they were both very balanced teams, very talented teams, but they have distinctly different styles, and it made for good matchups.
How do you compare that run the Lakers had, and I guess the run the Celtics had, to the run in more recent times that the Bulls have been able to make, and maybe we're going to build another dynasty with Orlando at the moment?
Well, you know, the game evolves, and what happened in the 80s will not set the tone for what happens in the 90s, and we just have to watch it evolve. I think that's the fun of following the sport.
But it was a very important time, I think, for NBA basketball because the popularity of the sport grew as the might of the Lakers grew and also the Celtics. Your popularity, the popularity of Johnson and also Bird did a lot to make NBA basketball such a big sport in America as it is today.
Well, certainly, and the fact that it was so easily accessed, the TV satellite is what brought the rest of the world into the picture, and that's why it's so popular now worldwide, because of the TV satellite. You can beam a game anywhere in the world right now.
In the press, obviously, in the last week has been Michael Jordan and his tremendous comeback. I mean, he was able to score 55 points, I think, against New York. Are you surprised that he's come back and played so well? I know he was only out for 18 or 17 months, but he's been able to come back so quickly and do so well.
Well, he kept training in athletics, and he was in his prime when he went out. And basically, he just got a lot of rest and was able to calm down his personal life to the best that he could. And I guess he needs the stimulation.
Do you think that he was aware that he would probably come back? Things were getting out of control for him and he needed to take a sabbatical?
I think maybe he originally thought that he would never come back. He probably got that fed up with it. But he loves the game, obviously, and he's good for the game. And I think his sense of that is what brought him back.
You've been described at times as the greatest basketballer ever. I mean, before you, Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, etc. I mean, now Michael Jordan is. Where do you think he sits in the game of basketball, historically?
Well, I think he's the first guard to be able to dominate the game in the way he does. All the other guards that were dominant players were able to dominate it by helping the guys up front dominate, and then adding to that, great shooters who complemented the big guys. Michael Jordan, as a guard, has the rest of the team complement him, and he can go around the little guys and jump over the big guys consistently. It's quite a performance for somebody at his position.
Kareem, he played in 2 Olympics, Michael Jordan, in 1984 out of college at North Carolina, and then in 1992 as part of the Dream Team. What's your feeling of the Dream Team, and what do you think might happen in Atlanta next year?
Well, I think the trends will continue. I think that America will field a very strong team. I don't think there'll be too many teams that can challenge them, but I think that every year the level of competition around the world does rise, and players improve, and it's going to change. Within 3 or 4 more Olympics, America could be receiving some serious challenges.
Do you look back with any regret that you boycotted the Olympics in 1968 over black rights and you didn't go from UCLA to Mexico City? You missed out on the Olympics, didn't you?
I missed out. There really wasn't a boycott.
Right.
I really didn't go for financial reasons. I had a great job, and I wanted to finish my last year at university.
That's interesting, because from an Australian perspective, the Olympics is such a big event. Yet in America you say that, I guess you were able to make other priorities?
In America, they were trying to portray it as something that was not political. It was very political, and in those times, the very politically volatile times in America, we felt we had to make a statement.
Well, that's when you also changed your name to Kareem Abdul Jabbar. Mike Tyson may be doing that very shortly. Let's take a grab from Mike Tyson this week at his press conference.
I will fight again, and I want to confirm John Horn and Rory Holloway as my managers. And besides being my closest friends for many years, John and Rory have given me great advice in my professional career, and they will continue to be my managers. I also will confirm that Don King will continue to promote my fight. Don is the greatest promoter in the world, as we know, and I have chosen Showtime to be my television network. I have enjoyed my relationship with them both as a boxer and as a boxing commentator. I decided also to fight with the new MGM Grant, and I want to associate myself with the biggest and the best. And I look forward to working with them and seeing you soon. May Allah bless you all. Thank you.
Kareem, do you know Mike Tyson?
I met him once. I can't say that we're friends or anything, but I have met him.
And how do you think the journey will be for him now?
Well, you know, we'll just have to see what he learned in prison. Sometimes prison gives a young man a chance to think and reflect and maybe choose a new path. We have to see.
Now, you're in Australia to play 3-on-3. Adidas have brought you out here. What's happening today in Victoria?
Well, we have the street ball tournament, which is a 3-on-3 tournament for teams. And Melbourne was chosen as the test site for Australia. There are going to be finals in October in Barcelona. Lufthansa is going to fly the Australian teams. There'll be one or two teams from the Melbourne area. And then next year, they hope to go nationwide in Australia with this concept.
Oh, it's a tremendous concept. Good luck with that. It's always great to see you back in Australia. And well, let's hope that, from our point of view anyway, that Jordan can continue that run with the Bulls because he's got so many fans out here for the championship.
He's got them all over the world.
Yep. Kareem, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
We're not going to break now because we're going live to Barbados. Jim Wilson is there along with Keith Stackpole. Jim.